Alaska is more affected than most of the United States in regards to the current effects of our changing climate. The state has experienced changes to its snowpack, glaciers, permafrost, and river ice. Alaska is experiencing more extreme precipitation events and more instances of extreme drought in some locations. While we're already experiencing some of the impacts of climate change on Alaska's economy and ecology, we need to continue to work on realistic, actionable solutions to limit further erosion of the ecosystem we call home.
Climate change is disrupting Alaska's wildlife by warming oceans and rivers, shrinking sea ice, altering vegetation, and shifting entire food webs, all of which affect species like salmon, seabirds, caribou, and marine mammals. Warmer waters and changing sea ice conditions have led to major die-offs of seabirds, stressed marine mammals, and reduced access to traditional wild foods for many rural and indigenous communities. On land, thawing permafrost and more frequent wildfires are reshaping habitats, causing some species to decline while others move northward. However, organizations such as Alaska Wildlife Alliance are developing adaptation and biodiversity protection programs, while groups like the Alaska Environment are pushing statewide clean energy transitions and stronger conservation policies to slow emissions and protect vulnerable species. These combined efforts aim to address the immediate impacts on wildlife and work toward long-term climate solutions for Alaska's ecosystems.
Alaska's climate has been warming twice as fast as the rest of the United States, with thawing permafrost and the thinning and melting of glaciers being a part of that. For example, the Mendenhall Glacier and Suicide Glacier, located in Juneau, Alaska, a part of and protected by the Tongass National Forest. Mendenhall has been retreating for the past 300 to 400 years. Since 1929, it has receded around 1.75 miles, and notably within the past few months has receded entirely from the Mendenhall Lake. Along with that, Suicide Lake's outburst is the biggest example of the effects of glacier melt. Since 2011, outbursts and floods, which are caused by meltwater and rain runoff, have been a yearly occurrence, but within the past 3 years, the flooding has drastically increased, causing significant erosion, damage to property, knocked down trees, and agriculture. Measures are being made to prevent the damage caused by the flood by building barriers with taxpayer money, but along with the protection, it is also resulting in higher tax rate for those living close to the river.
Climate change in Alaska will affect the future of many economic topics. The warming of our planet is going to change how Alaska goes about handling the issues behind the risks of infrastructure damage and other industries like commercial fishing. Permafrost is responsible for stabilizing many of Alaska's structures like oil pipelines, roads, and homes. With the climate heating, the permafrost will continue to soften as it melts. It will require constant funding from the state to keep maintenance in check. Permafrost and glacial melt also cause changes in stress distribution along Alaska's major fault lines, which will increase the severity and frequency of earthquakes. Tsunamis often follow from the rumbling of an earthquake, which also creates major concern to coastal communities and marine life. The commercial fishing industry is sensitive to the climate as well. Some marine species will thrive, while others are going to continue to suffer. Some salmon species like pink and sockeye are benefiting, while others like chum and chinook are threatened. Cod and shellfish are also destined to fizzle out. Other species are redistributing to other Alaskan waters. This is mainly due to the changes to living, like food availability and marine landscape differences, which are all affected by climate change.
Social media and artificial intelligence have some negative connotations associated with their products, but they have the ability to have a positive effect in certain domains. Social media can be useful in two meaningful ways. The first is to collect data on public sentiment on certain topics, and the second is to spread information from verified sources in an easily digestible format that will make its way to a lot of people that may otherwise never see or hear that information. AI can be useful to help us prepare for natural disasters and hopefully in the near future be used to assist us in predicting and allowing early warning as to when we'll be struck by a natural disaster. That early warning will assist our ability to stage emergency equipment and conduct evacuations in a more timely manner.
In the near future, we need to continue to reduce our reliance on fossil fuels and increase the use of sustainable energy sources to supplement our energy needs. Our federal, state, and local governments need to have robust contingency and evacuation plans for the natural disasters we are experiencing. They will continue to increase in intensity and become more frequent. We should urge people in our government to look to the National Park Service as a model of sustainability for the future. The National Park Service is banning the sale of single-use plastics, utilizing shuttle buses and electric cars, and providing information to help raise awareness.